Katie chats at Technicolor in downtown Toronto with writer-director Evan Morgan for It's a Pretty Funny Story. How does it feel to be back at TIFF for the second year in a row?
It feels wicked. Yeah, I hate that the summer is almost over, but this is great consolation.
What did you do when you found out that your film had been accepted?
I called my parents. And then I called the crew, and unfortunately you can't make too many other calls because they want you to keep everything secret until the press announcement. So then I just sort of sat on it quite uncomfortably for a few weeks. But I was really, really excited. This movie in particular it's my favorite that I've worked on so far, and I'm just really curious to see how people will react to it. Well, I actually wrote the script about 5 years ago, really quickly, and it was just one of those projects that took a really long time to finally come together and see to its end. But it was intended, originally I was writing it to fulfill sort of like a 5-minute short film requirement, and the movie's 20 minutes, so it clearly spiraled from that first sort of germ of an idea. But yeah, no, so it's something that it's been living in the back of my mind at least for a while.
What was the inspiration for the story?
Okay, well, the story is very briefly just about sort of a tired family man who sees his neighbor in the midst of a really embarrassing moment through the window across the street, and is really excited to tell his office colleagues about the story and become kind of the king of the office for the day. But in order to ensure that the story is never told, the neighbor takes some very sinister and quite absurd actions in order to keep him silent.
Did you encounter any difficulties on set?
Well, we had a short window of time in order to shoot what was a 30-page script. We only had 4 days, so it was an extremely hectic stretch, and we really wanted to plow through as much as we could. And I really have to give a shout out to our AD, Matt Grayson, who's a really good friend of mine, who was just amazing at keeping everything in order. So there were really no difficulties. I mean, we were only able to have each actor there for a certain amount of time, and so that was always the stress, is making sure that we got all their scenes done before they had to leave. And I think there were only like a couple close calls, but it was just, honestly, it was, for sort of considering kind of the girth of the script, it was an extremely efficient and wonderful shoot. And
how do you expect audiences to respond to the film?
I think that it's going to polarize the audience quite quickly. Yeah, it's a very uncomfortable comedy, and that's sort of the type that I'm most at home making. But I'm just really looking forward to seeing it, you know, with a large audience, and kind of hearing the different pockets of laughter or discomfort. Either or, I'll be really satisfied.
And what types of projects do you hope to develop in the future?
I'm hopefully going to be shooting another short early this winter or later this fall, and I'm in the midst of writing a feature as well, which I'm hoping to finish, you know, relatively early.
Like, how do you know which idea to latch onto when say you're coming up with a whole bunch of things? Like, at what point do you know to stick to one?
When you get really excited about an idea, then it's not hard to work on it, because you're watching it for the first time. It's like you're the first audience to ever approach that idea. And so I know if I'm working on something and I'm writing it and I'm laughing, you know, and I'm, you know, energized by it, then I can expect that at least a certain portion of the audience will feel the same way. And so those are always the projects that you never really second guess, because they're just so exhilarating at the time.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on your productions online?
You can go to echopicturespictures.com, which is my production company website. And you can check out the official website for A Pretty Funny Story at prettyfunnystory.com.
And do you know your screening times off by hand?
I do. Friday the 7th at 7:15 and Saturday the 8th at 1:30, I think, both at the Bell Lightbox.
Perfect. And we can check those out on the TIFF website as well.
Yeah, it's all up on the TIFF website, definitely.
Well, congratulations on having your second film in TIFF, and best of luck with all of your upcoming projects.
Thanks. Can I also say I feel like just a torso sitting on this couch?
Oh, your pants are exactly the same color.
It's the first time I've ever worn these pants. I thought they were so cool, and you found a couch that was just as cool.
Well, yeah, it looks nice. I'm Katie Uhlmann, reporting for Katie Chats at Technicolor in downtown Toronto.